Well, that's going to keep Sunny at bay.
That was a special greeting to Angel Rivera.
Good afternoon,
Sonny's right down
everybody.
here. He's looking up here. He's like, what the hell? Come here,
Oh my
baby.
gosh, we have to be very careful with this because he could take down the set.
Right, a freaky move. But he's over here now, like wondering what it is. He's right down there. Hi, Ascendant Universal Butterfly.
Yeah.
We'll get you on the list, both of you guys.
Oh, so that was scary.
That was a little
Cute
scary,
little
wasn't it?
guy. Anyway, welcome, welcome,
Well,
welcome
welcome
to
to
TFT.
TFT.
Tarot for today, Divine Dabblings with,
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Um, we finally got some rain. I was really worried. I was really worried that it was going to pass us by again, but it rained a little bit here. But here's the funny story about that. I went out, and because we're straddled by two cities, I went to one city and then I went to the other city before heading back home. And both of those cities were getting heavier rain than we had here. And I'm like, I don't know how that happens. I honestly do not know how that happens. But it's like I go one direction, I go the other direction, and they're all wet and pouring. And I come back here and we're kind of light raining. And I don't know. But anyway, we need the rain, whatever way we get it. Now it's going to be cooler today here, Jamie's. That's great for California. Um, we're going to be in the 60s today, mid 60s, and then it's going to be more fall like than ever, mostly 50s, I think, next week. Some low 60s. All right. Yes, you're all on the list. I'll be posting that in a minute. I'm going to be getting the card for the collective out there, and we have a birthday reading today. So we're going to get right on this stuff. And I'm using the Halloween Oracle today instead of the Season of the Witch one, which is still here. Also, the Season of the Witch Winter Tarot came out, and I snagged a copy, and I'm hoping to do a blog review sometime this week. So stay tuned for that. If you're on our social media, there'll be a link to that blog entry. All right. Now, Mr. O, pick a card. And did you get Angel too?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Pick a card.
Pick a
You
card.
efficient
Pick a
one?
card. I want that one.
Well, get it.
Yeah, we haven't posted the list yet, but you're all you guys are on it.
Wow, you had to struggle for that
I
one.
know I did. No wonder.
Lady de los Muertos.
Oh, dear.
What does it say underneath?
It says acceptance and equality.
Oh,
Kind of like yesterday.
yeah, no, well,
Okay, a little bit.
some aren't accepting what happened yesterday. Deal okay, lady. Uh, Oopsie. Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. Pale, you step out of the night in red lace, full flowers upon your crown. You bring the beauty to death, the equality and joy of the underground. Wow, is that what it takes? Yes, we're all equal, in that regard. The iconic Lady of Death with a pale skull like face, zombie eyes, and rich red funeral flowers in her hair has become one of the most recognizable symbols of Halloween and the Mexican Day of the Dead, El Dia de los Muertos. The original model for the flamboyant Lady of Death can be traced back to the ancient Aztec Micatecatl. As time went on, the figure remained balanced between beauty and horror and morphed into the Lady of the Dead and eventually into the more modern graphic figure of Katrina. It is also reported that the identity of the original Katrina was based on women who were very rich and had everything they wanted in life. Yet, death takes everyone equally. So, as a reminder that no matter how beautiful, rich, popular, or famous you were, in the end, death takes us all. The Mexican culture has a long-standing history of laughing at death and seeing it as just another aspect of life. In some ways, death is the last taboo in many Western cultures. We tend to hide away our dying, and some of us may never even see the body of someone who has passed in our whole lives. But this was a much more common occurrence in the past. Acknowledging that death is a natural process that will enter everyone's life at some time, and perhaps until then, we can choose to be life affirming. Choosing to be life affirming takes away much of the fear. Take a light approach to a situation initially, and it may work out better. If you are holding on to something that does not serve you any longer, in particular material things, simplify and let it go. And I'm sorry I went through the whole thing of this, but it's really cool. Being somebody like myself who was born later in my mother's life, and she had 9 siblings, and herself included. I got to see them all pass away, uh, and so that, along with my father dying when I was age 10, and the fact that I now have a disease that has a time, a timeout, that I've become accustomed to death and I don't fear it anymore. I don't fear it. When I got my diagnosis, I was very scared, and I dwelled on it a lot. And now that I've kind of lightened up on all of that and I look at it in a different perspective, I think I appreciate life more and living more, and I'm more into what I'm doing here now. And so I think when you come to, the things in your life that we cling on to, that we hold on to for dear life, it's maybe you would be surprised how you feel when you finally realize they've outlived their usefulness, their time is up, and you let them go. Right?
That's correct. And earlier when you started, you kind of mentioned, Halloween and Los Muertos in the same phrase. But I do want to remind everyone, and, I have some Mexican friends who reminded me that Halloween, Samhain, and Dia de Muertos are not really the same thing. They are different. They have different currents or energies and or traditions, cultures associated with it. We can just take value in the fact that to some degree it is about all of our human experience and what our human condition is. All right, thank you. That was beautiful.
What did I do here? Hold on a minute. All right.
So we have a birthday reading for our good friend Mysterious Queen.
We do. And so before you even get started with that, let me just remind everybody, since we have a birthday reading, if you can't wait for your turn and you're further down the list I just posted, leave your question. Leave your question and we'll answer it in the order you see in the chat here. We'd love to get to everybody today if we can.
This black cat.
Should I? Oh, I'm not.
Yes. Well, no, because he might freak out and destroy the set.
We'll wait till he's.
But it's fun.
It is fun. All right. Well, let's get to Mysterious Queen. Let's much ado move forward with the readings. And happy birthday to you, Mysterious Queen. I hope you have a great day. Oh, I shouldn't put it all the way over there. I'm sorry. You want to look at that?
All right, and I'm going to use my Tarot of the Animal Lords for this. Poor Sunny. Don't worry, you're not going to be replaced.
You're not being replaced by the evil book.
By AI.
A reminder while everybody is here also that the week of Halloween, we will be doing giveaways. We'll be giving away readings and some decks we have on hand. So stay tuned for that. We'll be bringing out the spinning wheel again.
Another way to get lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, we are unable to ship internationally. So the decks we offer are just for the States. But we will be giving the opportunity for readings for those who are outside the States.
Yes, thank you for reminding. I forgot to mention that.
No, I knew you would, or that I should.
1111. You know, it's really funny, Jamie's Cowboys. 1111 here. I had just pulled into my lottery store parking lot and I thought, oh, I hope that's a good sign. Well, it was slightly a good sign. I mean, hopefully it'll get better because they haven't drawn the numbers yet. But they have these instant wins on some of the tickets I buy, and I won my money back, essentially. So I felt pretty good about that.
Happy birthday, Sonali. It's your birthday too.
Oh, well, Sonali, you know, we'd be happy to do a birthday reading for you, but we'll
What?
have to schedule it for another day. We can really only do one of these in a day, and if you let us know in advance, we always will schedule it in. So we could do it next Thursday or next Sunday if you prefer.
Right. Even if you're not going to be in attendance, you'll know it's recorded there. So let us know. All right. So let's start off with our birthday reading for Mysterious Queen. And of course, it's a 6-card spread. Card 1 is the gift you received last year that you can use to make the most out of this year.
Oh, I shouldn't have put that there. Sorry.
And it's the stars reversed.
Okay.
Major Arcana 17.
So maybe some things that some of the things that we go through in our year, often could lead us to the point of losing hope about something, abandoning hope. And I'm just wondering if there was something that happened that maybe turned around this feeling for you. Maybe you'd given up on something, but then all of a sudden, things worked out for you. And so I think the gift is that never lose hope, never give up. Okay, you can let some things go to move on with your life, but if you really feel strongly about something, or someone, there's always the possibility that it could return to you. So I think the message from last year is never lose hope. Keep hope alive. Remain optimistic that if something didn't come through for you now, it may have just been a matter of bad timing, and it could happen for you again.
Well, I'm going to be a little different because I'm
Okay.
going to suggest that maybe the gift of last year is realizing that destiny, like karma, can always be 2 or more fold, and that to some degree you accept the fact that or you realize that some things are meant for you and maybe some things are not meant for you. It doesn't mean that you are necessarily depressed or unable to ever achieve those things. It just means that, of course, like Banshee maybe refers, is that not necessarily right now, but that destiny can change for you. This just says you came to terms with the acceptance of that. Card 2. The gift of the present moment for you, Mysterious Queen. And it's the world upright. So the gift of the present moment
I like that.
is the sense maybe that you have kind of squared the corner, you've kind of rounded the corner, you've kind of realized you've arrived at a certain point where maybe something has reached its conclusion, whether totally perfect or not. But in either case, you're now poised to put that behind you as necessary and move on towards something new or divert your attentions to a different kind of project or situation.
Well, it's either something positive in your life or something negative in your life that you are now done with. You're closing that chapter of your life. Whether it was a successful conclusion or not, it's done. And you're deciding to move on to better things in this year ahead, which is a very positive sign. If you look at what happened with the star here, and now you look at what's happening here, you're more excited about the future now and what this next year might hold for you.
Card 3. The gift from your connection with others in the year ahead. So basically, what this gift may provide. And it is the Ten of Pentacles, and it's upright. And the Ten of Pentacles represents a sense of family. And so this could clearly be saying that your connections with others, whether they are or are not, are akin or similar to your family life or to a good family life, a family life that is supportive and has foundation for you, but also has a sense of security or safety for you too.
Okay, so the gift from your connections with others in this next year is that others or yourself, even, I guess it's a two-way street here. You're really going to treat people like family, like community, like you all belong together. There's strength in either your associations with others or there's strength with your ties with your family and with your bloodline. And I think these connections will only help make you feel more confident and more and more connected to your own personal identity and your authenticity. You know your roots. You know where you belong. You know where you've come from. You know where you gain your strength. And I like that card.
So, card 4 is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams or goals. And it's another upright card. Boy, why can't we have more upright cards for everyone?
I know.
It's the Three of
This is nice.
Pentacles.
Whoa, that's it.
That's great.
That's it. Hone your skills in order to achieve your goals. If there's any more knowledge or instruction, maybe mentoring that you need, reach out for it. Reach out for it. But also, show people what you have learned so far. Don't be afraid to take the lead, whether you're in school or at work, and maybe they're looking for a volunteer to take on a new project or to manage a team through a new project. Don't be afraid to stand up and do that. Even if you're just doing it with community work, maybe this is a time too. A lot of times, doing things and volunteering in community groups can really sharpen some of the skills that we have. For example, maybe a group needs somebody who's savvy with internet marketing, for example, and you go and volunteer your services. All these things could lead to positive growth for you. Wherever you find the opportunity to show off your skills, do so.
This gift is really about the strength and the ability for you to work best with collaborations. So whether you're collaborating with other people in your own business or in other ways, this gift shows you know how to lead if necessary, but you also know how to work with the group dynamic or aesthetic, and that you get a lot out of that, and that maybe all of those things help align a purpose that either is group intended or works for you perhaps to move forward in your goals. Card 5.
Card 5. So card 5 is the gift from your spirit guides or ancestors. What do they want you to know or keep in mind in this next year?
All right, this will be our first challenge.
Well,
because it is the Nine of Wands reversed.
Okay. I actually
You can work with it?
like this
Go ahead.
because, there's a number of ways I could look at this, and one will be your ancestors want to remind you there's every possibility in any given year that you're going to fail to meet your targets, that you're going to fail to meet your goals, that you might lose a battle or fight you really wanted to win, and that's okay. Failure is okay. And also, they want to let you know that failure sometimes is acceptable. To walk away from something that is a no-win situation or would drag you down more than raise you up, that's a positive. They don't want you to fear failure. They don't want you to even fear walking away from battles or conflicts or challenges that may just be too much for you at any given time. There is no shame in that. They really are there to support you during those times.
Mysterious Queen, I believe you're saying that about the Three of Pentacles And I suppose there could be that possibility there. It certainly would give you the idea that you should consider to work towards those, but in, measured, possibly collaborative ways. I'm going to get on to the other card though,
Yeah.
because I do believe that the gift of your ancestors is they want you to realize that sometimes you may not be as prepared as you want to be, but you can always try to keep working towards being prepared for life's challenges or for more specific ones. They may be saying, that in certain events going on at this time now, you may not be as prepared as you want to think. And so it's just not telling you you can't do those things, but check that. Check your checklist and see where you're at with that, and continue to work towards, that mastery.
And finally, we
Card
have the gift
six.
this year will ultimately give to you. What lessons will you have learned, or what progress or growth will you have achieved in this year?
And it is a Ace of Wands. No, I'm sorry, that's the Ace of Pentacles, but it's reversed.
Well, you will learn to accept slow growth. You will learn to accept that everything has its own timetable, that you can't rush the growth process, but you must nurture things along the way, because if you don't, they won't grow. And so I think there are some valuable lessons here in that, you need to learn that there's no instant gratification for you in this year ahead. You're going to have to work to achieve what you desire, and that you have to give it the patient care it needs. And be patient, because everything sometimes has its own timing in order to unfold.
Okay, Cherry Blossom. Hey, the list is open. We'll get you on there. Don't worry. With that last card, Mysterious Queen, I just feel like breaking out in song and saying, "You can't hurry, love. You just have to wait." Okay, I'm sorry. That was a little facetious, but it is kind of saying that, it maybe coincides with that last one, that this year will be a challenge for you to continue to work on being prepared for certain situations. And so it may be mostly just saying you have to do your research in certain respects. Now may or may not be the best time to launch certain goals or plans, but it doesn't mean that you can't still work on progressing yourself, your skills. That was also represented by the Three of Pentacles. That this is about, building skills and abilities, and that could even be in the context of reconciling with personalities or situations. So,
What's the card in the gift from connections with others, though?
which card is that? That's number
Number
three.
three. Now, and that one was for goals, and the
But we
pentacle.
talked about collaborations, so
Right,
that's why I think,
collaborations. I
okay.
guess I could take it in a personal level, but I really feel here this is more business or career or educationally oriented. So that's the way I look at that, because of where it turned up too. But you can read this and interpret it the way you feel it makes sense for you. And I would definitely suggest going over this reading again, listening to it again at some point. It'll be after our card for the collective on the show. You can look at it anytime and just see how it seems to be fitting into your life as you go along. I think overall, this is going to be a very positive year for you. I don't, depending on the different areas of your life, I think career or finances, financial matters might be more important. However, connections with others are going to be making you feel real good about life. So, whether that translates into romantic relationships or not, I'm not sure. But I do think you've got some positive energy there that will inspire you in this year ahead. So, good luck. Happy birthday to you. And happy birthday to Sonali. And Sonali, just let us know if Thursday or Sunday will work for you. We'll do a birthday reading for you as well.
And I see Christine has arrived.
Oh,
Hi,
no
Christine.
worries. We'll get into the
So we will
announcements
get you
here.
in our list. And as I mentioned just now in the chat, right, ascending, whoever leaves us their question will get it read, even if you have left the chat for whatever reasons. It's only when you arrive but you don't leave a question and then we call for you. If you're not here, we'll wait a moment or two, but we may have to move on. You know, time is fleeting.
Yeah.
So it's always better, in our opinion, if you leave your question.
We understand some people don't like to do that, but then you will risk this. We'll only give so much time to call back a person, and once we're getting close to the end of the show, we can't necessarily put people back on the list. So
Right. We just run out of time. That's
yeah.
pure and simple. So you are welcome, Mysterious Queen. I hope that works for you. Have a happy birthday,
Yeah,
both you and Sonali.
you're very welcome. All right, Lena is up.
Thanks, Jamie's.
And,
All right, so Lena did ask a question, and that's going to be your cards, right?
yep, I got them out. Okay, may I get a reading from my mom, Leela, for the next 2 months, please? As she isn't well, she is admitted to the hospital again. Will she recover?
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Okay, yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let's do a health reading for your mom. All right. Let's do a reading and see what's up. Health reading. Will she recover? All right, the first card is the High Priestess reversed. Next card is the Ten of Wands reversed. Whoa. The Sun upright.
Hi, Empress.
It's a very long list today, Empress, but we will add you. And I'm thinking only one more, and I'm wondering about that even. And we'll close the list.
All right, from the Lenormand, it is the book. Yes, I saw the question, so you are assured of getting your reading ascending.
You're going to be added, Empress, but it's going to be a long wait. So if you can't wait, please leave your question. Okay?
Yeah, there's no guarantee we'll be able to take it later.
Yeah. All right. We're
So
only taking one other person after you, so you're at the near end of the list. All right.
You're welcome, Ascending Butterfly. All right, so about Leela.
What can you tell me about those again? I didn't catch it.
It's the book and the snake.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so our first card is the High Priestess reversed. And I'm wondering if this could be indicating that there's something counterintuitive about your mom's condition, or that something is blocking it from an accurate diagnosis for some reason, or there's some reason why there is no consensus or agreement on a treatment plan, or not even maybe necessarily the idea of where to go with that.
I think I like that, Lena, what he said, because I think that things are very cloudy. And I'm not saying the doctors don't have a clue, but also, maybe they don't want doctors, many of them don't want people to give up. They don't want you to give up hope. And sometimes I'm not going to say they're being mistruthful, but they are not giving you necessarily all the facts. And you're very confused right now about what might be going on with the state of your mom's health. Maybe you feel like you're not getting all the answers. We'll get into that because I think something is coming out here in the Lenormand about this as well. But I feel here they need to find a way. They need to find a way to alleviate some of your mom's symptoms or things that are going on that are burdening her. I'm hoping that maybe they will be able to make some improvements. I don't know if this means a full recovery is possible, but I do think that they can make some improvements. And I'm going to stop there. The sun is very positive, so I don't want you to lose hope yet. But anyway, what do you think about
But
that 10?
I'm wondering if that condition, that card represents the idea that there's a condition where there's a certain pressure in the body that needs to be unburdened. So, for example, if there was a person who had excess weight that was sort of pressing on their lungs, they might have a problem breathing. Or if certain things are going on in the body where an organ is maybe inflamed, or a part of the body is inflamed, and that's causing restriction somehow. So I'm wondering if that's a part of this, that there's something that needs to be changed. I don't know if it needs to be removed. Like, I'm not saying like maybe a limb needs to be removed. I certainly hope not. Um, is it in the list
Yeah,
twice?
I don't know why I did that. So we really have
Thanks to
15.
Sonali.
So probably that's better. Okay. Okay, yeah, because she came in after Alicia. I guess I missed that because I didn't put that part of the list together. So my bad.
So like I said, it is possible that this represents the idea that better health would come if something majorly is changed, some major burden or some bigger burden is somehow removed from your mom. Like I said, it could be something to do with, a physical thing where there's too much pressure in a part of the body, but maybe it's something else.
There
Maybe
is
it's,
some pressure there. I have to agree with you. And I do think it's internal, something that's not working properly, or whether it's in the blood, or whether it's an organ that's dysfunctioning now that they have to worry about. I think here that some light is going to be shed on this. The sun could indicate a positive outcome, and when I'm thinking of that Ten of Wands too, I can't help but wonder if this is now becoming something kind of chronic for her that will flare up sometimes and they'll be able to control it. Flare up sometimes and they'll be able to control it. I hope that's not the case, but I'm not sure. And with the sun here, there's an indication that some good health can be restored. But I'm using that with some caution here because some of these cards are kind of leaning more negative. And so I can't help but wonder here if it's more about some more facts about her condition will be revealed, or they will tell you more things about what they think about it. But we'll get into that again with the Lenormand in a
hi,
minute.
Marita.
Well, Marita, you are near
You're
the
on ending
last one on
reading.
the list now, so
Ending reading.
leave your question if you think you can't stay.
Happy Sunday. So it occurs to me that with the Ten of Wands and High Priestess reversed, maybe what's going on is that doctors or people on the health team for your mom, Leela, are not in agreement about what needs to be unburdened, what pressures need to be unburdened. So that may be part of the problem, is that they haven't come to an agreement on the treatment in this regard. But the sun does in fact indicate, I think, especially because it shows up as the book in the Lenormand, that maybe some progress or light will be shed here, and or the possibility that health can return reasonably. I liked what Banshee said, indicating that maybe there's the possibility this is a semi-chronic or continuous problem. I don't see that specifically, but I'm wondering because your mom's been in and out more than once, I think. So I'm wondering if, like I said, maybe there's something that they're not quite getting to the root to, and maybe that's because they don't agree for some reason.
Or maybe there's something they're not telling you. We've got the snake here and we have the book.
Yeah.
And I feel like here that you've got to be feeling confident about what you're hearing, from the people that are taking care of your mom. And maybe it's just time to say, what are her chances of coming out of here? What are her chances of living a more healthy life, and try to get them to answer, because I almost feel like maybe you need to kind of have a sit down with some of them, and or even if you can't get over there, I don't know how far your mom lives from you, etc. If you can't, to have a good conversation with them and say, I really need to know what her chances are of living a full, regaining her health, and see if you can't pin it down more, because I think there may be something they're not telling you. I wish you luck with that. Wow.
And I just finally found out what is bothering Sonny. He's been sort of standing at attention here.
Yeah.
There's some folks out in back, a couple houses down. I think he sees them through the window. They're just moving some things around in the back there.
Okay.
But he was just attuned to it for some reason. Maybe I should turn on the cat again.
We have made it to Alicia. Hi, Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. Are you still with us? And I need to write you from my Gmail because we want to mention some things to you. We're still in awe of your awesome donation from last week. If you're not here, I will contact you later on Gmail and tell you what's going on. I don't believe you left us a question earlier.
No, I'm looking.
I'm so sorry that we're not connecting well. I realize, oh, there you are. Thank you. All right. We're still going to contact you later about something else we want to talk to you about. Am I making money trading this week?
Okay.
Let's see. What deck do I want to use?
Yeah, the markets lately are kind of turbulent.
I am going to use my Secrets Tarot. And of course, if the answer's too vague for us, we'll just run up and do an actual yes/no and see what we get from that.
Did we use your deck last time? We used mine, didn't we?
Yes, that's why I have my deck here.
Okay.
You didn't believe me?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what deck I used because I don't see the same cards on.
You used the one with all the pumpkins, right?
Okay, yeah. All right, just losing it.
It's okay.
All right.
Yeah, well, be careful, dear.
Whoa. Well, just listen. Don't type.
We don't want anybody to have a problem because they're typing while they're driving or whatever it is, All right, so I like your question. Are you
Making
money trading?
If it seems ambiguous, we'll do a quick yes, no, and see.
Absolutely. So here's our cards for you. Okay, the first one is the devil who is upright.
Oh, no.
The second one is the Five of Cups or Chalices, but it's reversed.
That's good.
That's good. And the last one, ambiguous perhaps, is the reversed Two of Wands. Maybe it's not very ambiguous. So I'm going to...
It is.
It could be.
I see some interesting things here. I should probably let you go, but just give me a minute. Let's get the Lenormand out.
Alrighty.
I definitely see something I want to talk to you about, Alicia. All right. Okay. The bats.
And the bats are the birds in regular Lenormand.
The haunted house. Ooh.
Which is obviously the regular house.
All right.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, it's really interesting seeing some of these cards here. The devil and the Two of Wands here reversed are striking.
Is that the idle hands thing? No. Devil's Workshop, idle hands.
Yeah, I get it, but no. I think here there's an admonition here to make sure you have a really good strategy. You should hold back and maybe see how things are going initially. I almost feel here that with the Five of Cups reversed, that's saying you need to, play your cards carefully here and look for an opportunity to jump on. I mean, really, if you need to talk to, people who are initiating the trades for you or whatever, we are talking stocks, I think, but whatever the case may be, you need to You need to talk to people and just see if it's an opportune time or watch things. Keep an eye on things right now. I think there will be an opportunity for you to make money this week, but you may have to hold steady until that opportunity really arises. And be careful, be smart. Play it smart this week. Don't just throw things out there to make money. Or if you're going to move your money somewhere that's already out there, just be wary of making sure it's the right timing.
Hi, Jackie.
Now stop there. This plays into that as well.
Well,
Jackie.
I may not be seeing this exactly the same way, um, but that devil is of a concern in a sense that maybe it is really saying, don't be necessarily apparent with your strategies or your motives in terms of showing them to other people. And I don't even know if that's what you do. It just sort of says like maybe there's a careful attitude going on here to hold on to certain things and not necessarily play them just yet. The devil to me represents the idea of a trickster on some level. And so the idea is that they can hold things close to themselves, but then they could also twist it and revert and release it to create a better effect. But that's not what this devil is saying. This devil is saying maybe hold back a little bit. I like the idea of the Five of Cups representing things possibly being opportunities. In some respects, I sort of feel like these are things that maybe you might have thought were long shots, but maybe something's changed about them. I don't know if they draw exactly to the devil connection. It still seems to warrant the idea of checking it out carefully. The Two of Wands reversed to me could be saying that if you aren't careful, you might get in over your head or you might find yourself missing an opportunity. So again, mostly I'm seeing play it careful, but I am seeing that there's wiggle room if your mind is attuned to what those changes are. And I don't understand that, so you hopefully do.
So if you aren't, always doing things and moving your money around and you're just watching, particular investments that you have, I would say this card says it might be a little bit stagnant in that case. It might be a tight market this week, but there may be an opportunity for some growth coming. This isn't a time to take any unnecessary maybe risks. This is a time to just think smart. And when you've got the house and the birds, it's saying, play it safe. I think this is saying play it safe, play it smart. The house is about comfort, safety, and knowing when to, and knowing, and not stepping outside your comfort zone. Again, I think it ties into that, what I just said about not taking risks. And the birds, maybe about consulting, a consultation maybe in order with others right now to see if anything needs to be done to break some of the stagnation you're seeing, and to increase, the amounts that you are, receiving.
I like what Banshee says. The house is a sense of comforting. Maybe this is saying really hang into to that for this week ahead or time period ahead, but stay in communication or listen to what the vibes are saying, what the voices are saying, what the gossip is saying. Because of course, when you're dealing with trading money, of course, this is a little bit, in my opinion, it sort of has a risque feel to it. It sort of feels like everything says, oh, but maybe other things are saying, oh. So I don't know if that's the right analogy, Alicia, but overall, I sort of feel the answer to your question is it doesn't look especially like that, but there may be a smaller opportunity. Just don't get overwhelmed with it, perhaps.
Okay, I'm adding Namira and we are closing the list.
Oh, okay.
So everybody who is on the list now will get a reading.
Hi,
But
Namira.
we've got to close it up because we are full up.
We are full up.
And we're
Dang.
at Sonali now.
All
And
right.
I'm going to type the message. The list is closed. Oopsie. Maybe
Good
I'm.
luck, Alicia.
Take care, Alicia. I hope things turn out.
You're welcome. And you're welcome too.
Let's pin it. All right.
And it's Sonali. Oh, the list is closed. Very good. Well, we knew that would happen, didn't we?
Well, I never know.
We never know for sure, but it's more likely on a Sunday.
Okay, Sonali, we need a question from you. And happy birthday, by the way. And like I said, if you let us know and you want a yearly birthday reading, you have to give us a date.
I thought Sonali asked a relationship sort of question.
Well,
Let
I'm
me see
looking
if I can
for it.
find it.
I don't see it.
I thought I did. Can I ask SM's thoughts and intentions towards me? No contact.
Wow, where maybe I didn't get up all the way then. Okay,
Yeah, and that's right after you posted with Mysterious Queen's birthday reading, so it's probably early in the chat.
okay.
All right, so that's your deck.
So S's feelings,
SM
SM's feelings.
and intentions towards me.
Right.
No contact.
I've got my deck out.
Alrighty, we have your question, Sonali. Dang, we got a big list.
We do.
We're going to be here all day.
We might be. So I'm going to try to keep the point here.
All right. Well, that means that if it looks like you covered all of my points, I'm just going to say what she said.
Vice versa.
But it doesn't usually happen that way.
You always have something more to say.
Hmm.
All right, well, all right, we have the Four of Wands reversed. That's okay. Ah, we have the Fool upright. We have the Page of Cups reversed.
Oh, that's our card for yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Right. And the bouquet and the birds. Okay. Well, I'm getting something for the Lenormand, but what about?
It's a little bit of a mixed signal here.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that they might be feeling something towards you, but they're not ready to make a commitment on anything. I don't know why. That's what I'm seeing is that I think it's because the Four of Wands is reversed. They want to maybe get to know you more, or get to know more about you, or something before they move forward. I think they have some feelings that this is saying, but I feel that they're not ready to move on that yet.
Okay, with that, I would say that in the context of the question, it feels like they're sort of in a casual, not exactly aloof, but not exactly totally totally more than casual with you. So it sounds like it's a acquaintance level, but possibly moving towards something more. The Fool may indicate that they're thinking they should take a chance, or that they want you to, maybe they want you to take the lead somehow, some way. They want somebody to take an initiative perhaps, and they sort of feel like it could only go towards a good experience. They have a good feeling in that respect.
I think the Fool in this case may be about something, it's like maybe this is saying that they may be thinking about, moving forward on this relationship, but it's almost as if I don't know whether it's because I saw the Four of Wands here and the Page of Cups reversed here, Four of Wands reversed and that one reversed, that I'm thinking to myself, they're a little hesitant to take this risk at this time. They just are holding back a little bit here. And maybe it's because I don't know, if this person has had some bad experiences, Nelly, in their past, that maybe they're concerned about moving forward. They're a little bit more shy about taking a risk, but there's just something here that's making them feel a little bit less confident in moving forward. Maybe they're afraid of being turned down. Maybe they're afraid of or maybe just making a commitment, because it goes back to this card at this time. Maybe they're afraid of moving too fast. That could be another possibility here.
Well, that Page of Cups reversed, I get what she's saying there. I think that could be true. I think that in the context here, they maybe are warming up towards wanting to look at things as being more friendly than they are currently. So in other words, they're trying to get a little braver to maybe take that leap. I think there's desire in their part to want to cross that bridge, but there may be a general sense of they're not sure exactly how they will do that. So maybe they're shy, maybe they're a little awkward, maybe they're a little introverted.
And so the flowers, and what was the other one?
Uh, Birds.
The birds and the flowers. I think that they may communicate with you soon, and they may give you some indication that they're happy, talking with you and communicating with you. I think they want to keep things going in a more positive direction, despite the misgivings they may have right now or the fears that they may have about committing to something.
I think they're going, I'm getting a little different feel here. I think that they're going to possibly work up their nerve a little bit. And I think you may actually see that they will either invite you to something or possibly even give you a small gift of some sort or a gift of another nature, in a way of trying to get to know you better. I don't know exactly where it goes from there, but that's what I think their next step is that they want to maybe try to be a little more pleasant and or giving to you.
You could get an invitation of some sort. That's very true. And it could make you happy. It could make them happy. So, that may occur. I can't rule that out. So it looks like, this is something that has the potential to move forward. I would say that. I'm a little bit optimistic here. So hang in there and see what you can't do to help develop things further. And I wish you luck with that.
Alrighty. And we're on Mila, who wants a love reading.
All right.
That's going to be my deck.
Post the list.
I'm going to use my English Magic Tarot.
Oops.
I'm reading some of that conversation, Namira, and of course our hearts go out to you. It's got to be rough. There was a similar situation in my own family with one of my siblings and my parents, so I totally, well, maybe not totally, but I do understand. Love reading for Mila.
Oh, yeah, it is sad. We've known a few situations of children that have walked away and they've just decided they want nothing more to do with their parents, and it's really sad. Um, well, I hope they do come around. We'll check into that situation for you when we get to you.
All right, love reading for Mila. Our first card's the Three of Wands.
Okay. Upright.
Yes, we just did your Sonali.
Yeah, we just finished it, Sonali.
So just rewind back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, the Ten of Coins is upright. The Page of Wands is reversed. You're welcome. I hope you like the reading. I think we had some good stuff there. We were on the mark, more or less. Alrighty. Yeah, it's so true. I was very estranged from one of my siblings for very parallel reasons with the situation, and it never quite resolved. It was a sibling who went from being my closest sibling to the absolute last person I wanted to see most of the time. All right, what you got? And it's fog, which is the clouds.
Well, and then we've got the dark heart.
The dark heart, which is the heart.
You know, I think as I look at the cards, and thank you, that deck is so visible to me here. I can read all of them. The Three of Wands upright indicates to me that there's something you almost anticipate. I don't know if it's going to be somebody you meet. I don't know if it's somebody that's already presently in your life, but you're anticipating something developing here. You're thinking something is going to happen in your love life, and you're expecting something good coming, which makes me think it could already be somebody that but it could be somebody that you're going to meet in the near future. And I think either you or this person is going to be like very family or marriage oriented about this, something where, you're going to want to have this person's going to want to pursue this as as a potential marriage relationship. With that being said, I get the feeling here that it may not get off to the best start. It may be very confusing for you. This person may rush in and just try to kind of push things forward. And you might be taken back by that a little bit. And maybe rightfully so. You need to get to know people well before you commit to anything. And I think here too, I'm taking that Page of Wands right into the Lenormand because the dark heart and the fog indicates don't let yourself be confused by your feelings. Sometimes we let our feelings overwhelm us and we just dive right into something we should take more slowly. Now, that being said, I'm not saying this is going to be a bad relationship per se, but I am saying you should take the time with this one to get to know this person and don't let them try to rush things forward.
I missed some of that about the Page of Wands because I was in the chat there, but I like what you said about the other cards, and I sort of feel
Well, he's
Shirley
like
agrees.
the rushing forward, and he might be trying to push his agenda,
Okay.
which could be the marriage thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot of this is true too, as well. I get the same similar feelings, Mila, that, an opportunity maybe is coming towards you, either from your own part, you're seeing the opportunity and can express yourself towards it, or it's expressing itself towards you. Even if it's not exactly that sense of somebody wanting to form a family, they have that in their background. Maybe they're very much somewhat traditional and they want to have things kind of really traditional in the family sense. So even if they're not wanting to have a family, they're probably, this is the paradox, interested in doing things in a sort of traditional courtship or sense of being in a relationship, but maybe their agenda is to move it along quickly. And so that sort of goes against the idea of maybe a more traditional courtship. Or maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe I don't know what young people do in the dating realms these days. Maybe there is a bigger push to bond and marry quickly or have a family begun quickly. I'm not really sure I feel that that's true.
Here's another thing that did you touch the Lenormand?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, let me just say one thing about that Ten of Pentacles. I can't help but think here that this person could come from some wealthy background, a little bit more money. Let's
I
just
like
say
that.
more
Yep.
moneyed background, but they may lack a little bit of a little bit of is that the three? Is that the three of
The Three of
the
Wands
Page of
and the
Wands?
Page of
Page
Wands.
of Wands. They may lack a little bit of maturity. So, that's the thing too. So they just feel like they can push their agenda around. But money isn't everything in life. So just take it easy and get to know the person first. This could turn out to be something okay.
Right. They might be like a fire sign, and so they're prone to some sense of impatience at times. The Lenormand does sort of say that from your point of view, maybe you have some really strong feelings emotionally when this is beginning to happen, but there will also be a sense of, confusion too, because you're still trying to figure out exactly what it means, especially if it takes on more of a whirlwind kind of thing. Maybe you're not ready for that. Although the first card sort of says an opportunity that really sort of wants to move quickly. You have to weigh everything and try to figure it out. I'm thinking the time frame is maybe this will show up by the end of the year.
That could be. I like that. That's what we have for you. Good luck
Good
with
luck,
that.
Mila.
Libra is up. Oops.
Excuse me. What hidden messages do I need to know?
Okay. So I'll be my reading.
That'll be your reading.
Staring at the cat.
Turn it up.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't think it would work well.
Let's take a vote from the chat room. Who wants me to make the scary noise cat? Something's slightly bothering him. I don't know what it is. And I don't see the folks out in back. They were moving flowers in the house, or I don't know what it
They're
was.
probably moving their barbecue corner there. They're probably moving their barbecue and stuff, their table.
They might have. I saw somebody holding
Yeah.
a vase of
This is the
plants in
time
the
of year
yard.
people start putting their stuff away. All right.
Yep.
So, Libra, what do you need to know? Hidden messages. Well, you have the Knight of Pentacles upright.
What is that?
The Knight of
Oh.
Pentacles. You have the.
No, I think that's actually the page because it would be a horse.
Oh, I thought the helmet was the page. Helmets are the
You
page.
said the knight.
Yes.
There's a helmet there.
Oh, why did I think it was a horse?
Apologize.
I am sorry, Mr. O. Did you hear that? I actually said I'm sorry. You should try that once in a
All
while.
right. Well, what I should try is getting a reward for being right.
Anyway, the Page of Pentacles is upright. The Six of Cups is reversed. And Justice, Justice is upright. This has been a bicker day. No, really hasn't. Just a little spat there on our material
Justice is a
matters.
maid with a secret. All right. So what do we have for Lenormand?
Kind of.
The letter
Ah,
and the bouquet.
huh.
Hmm.
Well, this is an interesting reading here.
Libra.
I wonder here what you need to know is a message is coming to you. Uh that is pretty positive. You know, it's a surprise in a way, a good surprise. It could indicate something growthful, but it just could be something. It could be someone. I mean, I think it could be someone maybe who's reconnecting with you. And the reason I'm saying that is because some of the cards going forward, I'm getting the feeling it could be a connection from the past.
I'm not sure I feel that exactly, but a lot of times when I look at the Page of Pentacles, I sort of feel like it's somebody who's very studently or scholarly, and they're looking for a mystery to life kind of situation. And so maybe this is saying you are about to figure out something that maybe has quasi-mystical or important overtones to you that maybe would change your mind or your philosophy about something you feel or think that maybe is growthful ultimately for you. It's sort of, the message brings you a perspective that maybe you really feel you can resonate to.
Okay. I need to go through the whole thing so I don't
Sure.
forget my thought because it's going to be different. So, why is this important? I think it's important because this person and you maybe had a falling out. And I think this falling out, maybe either they want to see if, amends could be made or something like that, or they just want to maybe things were left undone or unsaid that still need to be said. And I feel here that this is going to bring things back into some equilibrium here. Maybe you will make peace with one another. Maybe this could mean that you will see more of each other again, or you'll be inviting each other back into, social circles. Or if you live a distance apart, you'll just stay connected. There's balance here. It's restored, and it's almost like something gets resolved or restored to everybody's satisfaction. And ultimately here, I think with the Lenormand, this communication will bring you joy. It will bring you joy. It'll make you feel good about this person or how that situation got resolved.
It pays to look ahead at the other cards because now I see what you're saying there, and I kind of like it. It's important that this happens because it really was somebody that brought a sense of maturity or maybe a sense of, wisdom or mystical understanding to you. Maybe this friendship was really something where you shared a lot of these aspects. And so that's what the hidden message is that maybe there will be an opportunity to reconcile and maybe come to amends. Maybe either you might feel that, mistakes were made on both parts, but why can't you figure out how to get along? And so I think I end up the same way with the bouquet and the letter that somehow, this is either saying to you, go ahead and contact that person and feel that out, or that you may expect that that's happening on their part. Good luck with that.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Libra. We're on Jamie's Cowboys.
Hi, Jimmy's. General. Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. I'm going to use the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot. Kind of like one of my world tarots. Well, now I'm dropping everything.
General read. All right.
Well, now that he's gone,
Yes.
he wasn't very far gone. He immediately showed up. Aw,
He's like, I'll protect you guys.
No, he's looking pretty scared, actually.
That's why we didn't want to do it with him up here.
Yeah, he would have destroyed the set here. Oh, you do, eh? Okay, let's see what pops up in the general reading.
Well, it's a general reading. We'll see what pops up there. I'm not going to necessarily steer it that way, but maybe you will see some things that apply to that situation.
Alrighty. So the first card is the King of Pentacles. It's upright. The second card is our friend, the reversed Six of Cups.
Wow.
And then the final card is the Eight of Pentacles, and that's upright.
All right, I'm going to get the Lenormand in this. A pumpkin.
Which is Clover.
And the book.
In the book.
Well, this is going to be definitely an interesting read. It could correlate to your situation, Jamie.
I almost
I'm
wondered.
not going to rule that out. I might want to rattle through this. You know, the King of Pentacles could represent somebody with some power and authority. I don't know if I would necessarily look at them as law enforcement necessarily or people in the towing process, but it could be a business and it could be somebody of some clout. And I think here, you know, I'm looking at the Six of Cups reversed. That's indicating to me that something with a person like this has gone south, has seemed to, they did something in the past that maybe they should not have done. That has caused, you know, a rift, a problem, something that's going to be need to be righted, something that, you know, maybe for in your case is making you feel really bad about what has happened and transpired here. What's that last card again?
It's the Eight of Pentacles.
The Eight of Pentacles indicates to me that something has to be addressed and worked out here. That's really clear to me. You know, there's going to be an attempt to kind of work through this. And I will say this, I think that some lucky discovery about this situation may work to your advantage. You know, you've got the pumpkin here, which is the clover, and you've got the book, which is about discovering revelations. You already say you know about this, but maybe something else will come out that will make people realize they have to work to make this thing right.
I like this. I like that, especially with the Lenormand there, those two cards. I think, right, there's more to find out. And I like what you said about this king here because uh, this king is a business person, even if it's more lowbrow than not. So it could be the towing business, I think. That could indicate to me that maybe they have more of a hand in this than the sheriff might
Maybe. Or maybe
possibly.
they're more willing to work it out.
Ah, yes, that's what it is.
Could be.
And of course, I didn't want to necessarily steer it towards your question because it was supposed to be a general reading, but I do feel like it's picking up on these issues. So I do feel, I think Banshees nailed it pretty well. They would probably be more likely to want to resolve the business. They can't necessarily stand bad publicity that you might bring. They are business. They want to work together and figure it out. Even if the results aren't exactly what you want, or even if there still is a little feel that there's something iffy there, they will try to resolve this in the best way they can or for the best satisfaction. So I think that's what we got there.
Well, did you do the Lenormand?
I did. I just
Okay.
mostly said I agreed with you. I think there's still more to be found out.
And I think
Missing items. That's what it is. The
the
missing
more
items.
information you get, the more your fortunes, your luck increases. So the more you find out or figure out about whatever, you know, has happened here, I think you will be able to use it to your advantage. And there'll be so I'm hoping that is true. So that's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
That was pretty cut and dry. And we are on Crystal now. Crystal, we've made it to you. Glad
Hi,
you're
Crystal.
patient. All right.
I think Crystal left us a question too. It was about N.
Okay. Nixon, yeah.
What is Nixon's current energies toward me, Carrie Ann, and our upcoming court case on Thursday?
The court case is coming up. So, yeah, this will be interesting. Let's see what we get.
You're very welcome,
I'm going to
James.
use my Everyday Witch Tarot. I brought that out for the season.
So the bottom line is that whatever's going on, it's probably going to work out for you. But if nothing else, you are going to find out more, and maybe that gives you some power or edge in the situation.
So it's the first of 3 decks I brought in for today that I'm using right now. The Everyday Witch one. And I will be bringing out a couple others. I brought out my Edgar Allan Poe because nevermore will I let it sit on the shelf. Just kidding. But anyway, the Edgar Allan Poe is out, and one other one. I forget which one it is now. Oh, the Trick or Treat. Of course, Trick or Treat Tarot. Okay.
Your deck.
Oh, I was talking about my deck. All right. All right, so with the court case looming, what do we got happening with Nixon's feelings about all of this, including you? Let's see.
His current energies towards me and our upcoming court case.
All right. Okay. Wow, we start with the same card we had in the other reading with your deck. The King of Pentacles is upright. The Seven of Pentacles is reversed. Another seven. Seven of Cups is reversed.
2 reversed sevens.
And what do you got?
I almost would rather wait.
Hmm.
The snake and the book.
That came up before, and
I know, but they came up
differently.
reversed, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And that was a couple questions ago too.
what a tangled web this is. So I think with the King of Pentacles, I think this person is concerned about, their status. I think they're concerned on how they are looked at. They want to be looked at favorably, and clearly they're hoping for a positive judgment here. I think that's what they're hoping for.
I want to extrapolate and just say that they don't want to lose anything,
Yeah.
including, material things.
I think they're more concerned with their material well-being
Yeah,
than anything at this point.
that's
The
what I think.
Seven of Pentacles reversed concerns me a little bit because I feel like they're ready to leave something behind. Is that you? I don't know. I think they're not feeling really good about this lawsuit. They would really, and maybe that's it. Maybe they really want this to be over with. So maybe they're going to do whatever they can to try to get this done, expedited quickly. And, they're going to be very careful. I guess maybe their feelings about you depends a lot on how this case turns out, what decisions are being rendered, and what happens in court. That's sort of what I'm feeling here with that Seven of Cups.
So I'm kind of dumb when it comes to legal things. I've never sued anybody. I've never been sued. So I don't know if they are looking at you as wanting a settlement from them, but I'm sort of feeling like they're saying maybe they would like to do that if they could just finally, move away from you. It's just a feeling I'm getting more intuitively than the card specifically. So I'm wondering if they're feeling like they're saying, what is the easiest way to move beyond this, i.e., a settlement that, hurts them as least as possible. What was this one? Cups?
The Seven of Cups reversed.
Right. And I think this suggests that they want to pick a different option and move on. They want to go somewhere else.
Hmm. Okay, okay. So what about, okay, so now we have the book and the snake. Be careful of what, be careful of what is said during this process, during this case unfolding, or as you're getting closer to the case. I don't know if they're going
Okay.
to communicate with you, if lawyers are going to be communicating with each other. Just be careful of what you hear here because you may not be getting all the truth or facts. So they may also be trying to cover something up. Maybe they will try to talk to you before this case happens. And I'd be very careful about how you handle that because there may be some deceit here.
I think you will find that someone is trying to deceive you. It could be the lawyers handling the case or all of that there. And so I think you should remain strong with the idea that, there's something more here that maybe they're trying to get away with. Maybe it's like leaving less of a settlement or getting away with less of a settlement of some sort. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't understand the legal process, but those cards sort of spell you're going to find out something more is going on deceptively. You may not find out exactly what it is, but I think you can be assured there is deception going on. I hate to tell you that.
Oh, Sonny, you're still the number one cat. Don't worry about the scary black cat.
And so that's what we
That's
have.
what we have for you. Good luck with that. We finally made it to Erie.
Hi,
Hi,
Erin.
Erie.
We still have so far to go.
But we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good.
We are doing okay. All right, Ari.
She's got a write up, and I'm going to have to read it. So,
I looked at
because
it. Let's see.
there's a lot there, and I want the nuance. And I'm not going to be able to follow you talking about it. All right.
So you're really stuck on somebody and
Yes.
you're wondering why.
Well,
That's
that's
basically it.
did.
Um, and of course, astrologically, it maybe is close. I'm from the astrological theory that sometimes the people you're most able to connect to are people born within 30 days either side of you. I've heard that. I don't know if that's like 15-15 or 30-30. Um, but I can see that. I've spent, a few years thinking I was more attracted to either Libras or Sagittarians as a Scorpio.
All right. Let's do that. It's your cards, right?
Oh, it is.
I'm going to pick
Radio.
up my next deck.
I'm going to use my Tarot of the Princesses because you're a princess.
Yes, let's use the trick or treat next. Okay.
And you don't even hint at it, but maybe it's something that has something to do with karma on some level. Not necessarily a past life, but maybe.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what comes up.
Here we go. Just 3 cards straight out. It's the Page of Cups reversed. It's the Three of Wands upright.
My screen froze. Okay.
And it's another page. This one's upright, the page of coins or pentacles. So two pages framing the
All right, so
three
let me get
of
this
wands.
straight. The Page of Cups is reversed. The Page of Pentacles is upright.
And then in the middle is that three of wands upright.
All right, I need the Lenormand on this. But I like it. I like it. I think here you feel really, that Page of Cups is telling me, Ari, that you feel really disappointed about losing this one. You know, that there was
Yeah.
something that really could, you feel could have developed there. It's very clear if you still have them in your mind that you really wish that this was the one. And the Three of Wands here is, keeping that door open. I almost feel like you're keeping that door open just in case he might contact you again. And maybe your mind is just not willing, or your unconscious is just not willing to close that door yet. I'm going to stop with those two cards, but I definitely know where I'm leading. But
Well, I like that. I think that sense of, and you're talking about a Pisces, Page of Cups.
yeah,
You're both young people,
yeah.
Page. So I think that's clear. The sense maybe, that um, you feel it didn't work out or that there was, something that just couldn't pull you together. But you do feel like an opportunity could happen in the future. You want to leave that open. That's clearly what those three of wands are. So taking us to the page of pentacles.
The Page of Pentacles upright indicates to me that, um, I don't know.
I feel like it says like this is something you would plan for. Like there's a sense of precision and movement that dedicated towards figuring it out. Sometimes the page is a philosopher or a mystic, and they have to find the answer. And so that's that metaphor I'm looking at is that you would be, and it doesn't explain why you're attracted to him, but you want to be figuring out a way to get back to him. And so the only conclusion I have is that this feels so much like a soulmate to you or like the dream person that that's the reason. This is like your every perfect thing.
I feel this card really does explain why you're holding on to him in a way. And it's because you felt that this could have been a really growthful beginning. This is that Page of Cups. And you really thought that this was going to grow into something bigger if it had, that it had the momentum and that it might have been going a little slow, but you felt that this could move into something better. And also you felt that this person made you feel comfortable. You really had a certain comfort level with them. You felt like you had found, a kindred soul of some sort here. And so, of course, it's really kind of hard for you to release yourself from that.
Bam. And the headless horseman is the writer.
Yes. I mean, I could go two ways with this one, Ari. Well, I could even go three ways, but I really think the third way is the least possible because I don't see it happening in this reading. But I will say this: that number one, he could be moving on towards a real deep commitment with somebody he's with now. I could go that way. I could also go and say you need to move on from this heartfelt commitment you still have for him unconsciously. I know, you're practical and you've said yourself here that he's likely more committed now. And I'm kind of picking that up from the cards, but maybe you haven't let it go. And the third possibility I can't rule out, but I think it is the least likely option is maybe he could move back into your sphere and make a commitment. But I'm not seeing that here. I'm not. And so, but the Lenormand can have a number of ways of looking at them. So I can't rule that completely out.
I wonder where you are. I wonder if you think about me. That's from Your Wildest Dreams by the Moody Blues. And I sort of feel like that's what it says there is that you may be committed to the idea of this might eventually work in your favor. So it's kind of dreamy in a way. I'm not going to say that it's wrong or right for you to think about that. I have certainly pined away for very long times for persons who I thought might come back, and it never happened either.
I'm confused. We did Crystal.
Did
Crystal,
we?
you are done. You're not the very next reading. You were done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking,
We
and
did the Nixon reading. It was
that's right. We did it. It was the one before this, wasn't it?
yes, it was the one before this one, Crystal. So I hope you're still here to hear that, but just rewind and
Yeah, you're
listen
the
to
next.
it.
You're the previous one. I'm sorry. I had it wrong. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry I don't look at the chat as often as he does to correct that, but
Well, I was looking at the last time it looked like the list was posted and it said Crystal, so I thought that meant she was next. I didn't see the one just below that.
okay.
Sorry.
Posted Airy first twice. Okay, whatever. All right. So at any rate, you are done, Crystal. I really hope you're still here. And when you come back next time, I'm going to ask you about this if you went to see the reading. Oh my goodness. I hope we didn't make her mad.
Oh, she just has to rewind.
If she's here to hear this now.
But if she knew she was the next one, why wouldn't she have stayed? Because that's what I told her.
Oh, okay.
You
But
didn't
she's not on
understand
the
it?
list and she doesn't see herself there.
I understand, but you're the very next one. Really? Wow.
Right,
In
but
other
she
words,
doesn't see it there. Really? Wow. All right.
obviously, most people don't see the list because they come back and ask us, did you do my reading? Am I the next person?
Not everybody does that.
A lot of people do.
A few. All right, no more arguing. We're done. But Crystal may be gone, and hopefully you're looking at your reading. That's what I'm hoping. Okay. So, at any rate, we are on Shirley now. Wow, somebody's got some anger there.
I am not angry. I just have to deal with people who don't understand me. Why don't you understand me?
All right. So, what was Shirley's question? I've been shuffling here and I don't know.
I'll let you figure that out until you take too long. What will be the outcome if I write a proposal and meet with the administrator to the mental health center in the town close to mine to help those in need of services? So basically, you're wondering if you had a proposal for this person, if there would be a good outcome, I guess, or you're wondering what the outcome would be.
Okay.
May I please ask, what will the outcome be if I write a proposal and meet with the administrator to the health center in the town close to mine to help those in need of services?
I heard you the first time.
Okay, well, usually you ask again.
I couldn't get up there again. It won't let me go high enough to see
Like
this.
this story.
Well, we can swap computers someday. I'll do the show.
Sure.
And you can see what I'm going through here.
Oh.
All right. Oh, I did not want to start with this card. It's the Three of Swords upright. It's the Page of Wands reversed. Eight of Wands reversed. Boo-hoo. This really does not paint a good picture. What do you got? Thank you.
Crossroads and a bloody heart.
Huh. Well, I always say never, and I don't want to say never here, but the cards are leaning towards this idea that it might be a waste of your time and energy for whatever reasons, because you've got that Eight of Wands reversed here. And you've also got the Page of Wands reversed. It's almost as if this may not make a difference, that things will not happen. Nothing good would come of that. There could be delays, there could be disappointment in something not getting off the ground that you had hoped for. And there's also a lot of sorrow attached to this. There's sadness and disappointment. And so I don't feel really that it would be worth your while. But you know what? I always say, even if you fail, maybe it's best to try something anyway, because you never know what might develop or come out of it. You may not get what you wanted, but maybe something good will come out of the experience of doing it.
Here's what I think, Shirley, and thank you for the compliment on the cards. They are gorgeous. Um, I think that this possibly means there's something wrong with that institution, or there's something, I don't know, maybe they're tied up with either money problems or problems helping them address some issues. That could be that Eight of Wands and that page there. So I'm wondering if, jumping ahead to the Lenormand, this is saying maybe you should think of another location or venue for this proposal, if you really like it enough, the Crossroads. But I get the feeling like maybe there's a problem with the venue you're thinking of. Maybe they're going to be going out of business, or maybe they have certain hardships. Maybe they're letting go of staff that would have been fundamental. That's the Three of Swords, sort of a separation. I just get a feeling it's about this particular choice of yours. I could be wrong, but that's what I feel.
Well, you could be right, you could be wrong, I could be right, I could be wrong. When I look at that Lenormand, I'm thinking to myself, if you put enough passion into your proposal that could generate their interest, if you know what makes them tick and what they're really looking for here, it's possible. It's possible you could turn things around. But from what I'm seeing right now, it looks like the deck is stacked against you for some reason. I don't know if they're getting other interesting proposals, or I don't know if maybe they're putting their energy and focus into other things at this time than what you are proposing to them. But it just seems like it's not favored right now. But that's not to say that if you really put your heart into this, maybe you could change some minds here. Maybe there's still a little bit up in the air enough that passion and showing you really care enough about this, and could make it work for them, could change their minds. But I'm just going to say, it's almost like you have the mountains here without having the mountains here. You've got some obstacles here to getting them to go along with this. So that's what I see.
Right, maybe it's because of the government shutdown, or
Yeah.
maybe it will be. But
Oh, that could be.
like Banshee says, I don't feel like, you should necessarily say never. Like I do feel like, if you know what your proposal would be and you have the time to work on it, I think you should go for it. Maybe, things will change. If it was next week, maybe the answer is really more stringent than maybe if it's a couple weeks or a month or so from now. Maybe, as we move through this immediate problem, in the country, some of this could be better. So I would say too, never say never.
I always try, I just say this. Sometimes it's best to try and fail,
Yeah.
because that way you learn, you grow from the experience. And as a really bad example, I'll just tell you that, once upon a time, I did cards for myself, and I asked myself where my health would be 5 years from now. And that was in the early stages of being diagnosed with my problem. I was nervous. I was scared. I was dwelling, and remember we talked about it in the beginning, when we had that de los Muertos card, that I was scared and I was acting out and I wanted to know what my prospects looked like. Well, let's just say they didn't look very positive. And guess what? I always like to prove things wrong. I'm entering my 6th year, okay? And I'm pretty healthy right now. So I think, always consider going through the motions anyway and giving it your best shot. And don't feel bad if you fail. Don't feel bad if you fail.
I agree. And I would absolutely love to be proven wrong, and you never know.
Yeah, so, well, better is a relative thing. I'm healthy. I'm feeling good. I mean, I won't say I'm healthy because that problem is still there, but, it's not slowing me down as much as it did in the beginning. I kind of have a nice rhythm going. And I think exercising all the time has really helped me tremendously. So, at any rate, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. And now
Angel,
we are on Angel Rivera.
we're kind of fatalists that way, Jackie.
Yeah, well, a lot of people and a lot of tarot readers are very adverse to doing stuff like that. But, I came from a family who did gypsy fortune telling, and they always dabbled into things like this and how health is going, etc. And I don't shy away from that, but I take everything, into account that you can change your destiny and your fate. It's, they may show you, well, this is where things are trending right now, because maybe at the time I did that reading, there was a lot of uncertainty around my condition, and I had a lot of fears, and the cards could be picking that up. So I never give up because of what the cards tell me. Never give up. Okay? That's my advice. Ah, sorry, Kara. Yeah, we are really stacked with people today, so
Yeah,
we'll catch you on Thursday. But thanks for stopping in, and hang around if you want. We're sorry.
maybe we'll drop a line to you on Gmail later. All right, so Angel wants the single oracle card,
Okay.
which will be you.
Yeah, it will be me. And why didn't I put these away? Why did I not? Let me put them back. Um,
You're welcome. All of you are welcome. I love our lively chat.
I'm going to bring out the Everyday Witches Familiar Oracle, which is here. I have a number of oracles here. I don't know, I'm kind of liking this deck. I have the Everyday Witches uh, Oracle, and this is the Everyday Witches Familiar Oracle. And I really kind of like this one better of the two, but I am using the other one too during this Halloween season. And now I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot out. So let's see what this has for you, Angel, today. I'm going to let Mr. O pick one at random for you. They're always read upright.
You're welcome, Shirley.
And did I not post the list? I should post the list. Or
Yes, Angel R.
did I? So I don't confuse anybody.
But it's already there, Angel R.
Oh, why don't I see it?
Because you don't know how to scroll.
Oh, it's further up. Got it.
Where would you expect it to be? A lot of people are talking. I just said that.
It doesn't hurt to post it again since people
It doesn't hurt.
were reading for it.
Especially for you, because you apparently need it the most. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Oh, you don't need it the most?
No.
Well, I agree that you should.
Between the two of us.
I agree that you
No.
shouldn't.
All right. All right, Mr.
Spill, Banshee.
Mr. Bickerer. Let's pick a card for
You
Mr.
schmuck.
Rivera.
You schmuck.
All right.
I was called a schmuck once by a Jewish woman, and then I found out what it meant. Two of Wands.
What?
Oh no, Lion. Well, it says Two of Fire, so I thought it was Wands.
It's the Two of Fire. It's an oracle card. It's the Two of Fire, and it is a lion, Mr. Rivera. I like it. I don't think I've pulled this one before. So, and I went right to the page. So let's see what we have for you. When you envision lions, you may think of the impressively large males with their showy manes and loud roars, but it is actually the females that do the bulk of the hunting for a group of lions, known as pride. Working together, they bring down prey much larger than themselves. They often help raise the cubs of other members of the pride, guarding and nursing the young of all. Because of this, lions are the perfect representation of feminine power. So, all of us have our feminine side, no matter what gender we identify as. This card is a good reminder to get in touch with those aspects of yourself that you consider feminine, whether that is nurturing people you love or being fiercely defensive of those you consider to be part of your extended family. Feed others, guard your territory, or simply lie around in the sun giving affectionate headbutts. Let your inner lion roar. And the message is the lioness is the epitome of feminine power. Strength is much more than merely muscle. Can you work with others to achieve positive goals? Do you stand up for what you believe in defending those who can't defend themselves? Don't underestimate your own power. And if anyone else is foolish enough to believe you're weak just because you are smaller or quieter, be sure to prove them wrong.
It's a good overlay with strength from the regular tarot because that card also emphasizes the idea of what many people might consider to be a more feminine kind of trait, compassion and understanding, or the will to be that way. So I feel like it's a very good message saying, you know, all of us are composed of many different ideas. We're all fluid on the inside. We all are. And so this is saying this is the time to channel your compassionate, understanding nature.
Well, go on. Well, I was just going to add because I know I read it, but I do have my own feelings about this card. And I think here this is a time for you to dabble in that feminine side. But I think it's time to dabble and know when you need to stand up for people and when you need to just offer them, a shoulder, sympathy, protection. Stand up when it's important to stand up and stand down and just be a supporter when it's important to do so. And move on with that.
But I don't think we're going to see you in a little black dress anytime soon.
Well,
Okay.
but go ahead. I will have more to add. But
here's the dog and the snake.
Ooh. Well, keeping in mind that not everybody deserves your loyalty. These snakes out there, the people who are, as we know in this world today, not everybody deserves your loyalty. As you have said in the past, your block is swift. And I love that. I love that about you. It's like, when who to stand up for and who deserves, that shoulder, that extra, maybe support and help that they need rather than those who are trying to pull a fast one on you. And I think that's important here with this card.
Symbolically, as they're laid out there, it sort of says that too. It's the idea that, the strength, the lioness part of you is great with your loyal friends, but will realize that there are deceivers amongst you and will deal with them accordingly. You'll treat those the way they need to be treated. You'll treat those the way they need.
Feed who deserves to be fed and nurtured, by you. And also know when to stand tall to protect yourself and those you care about. And when I say that, that means even more of a global, connected community around you. We saw a lot of people standing tall and standing together this weekend. And then we saw a snake who made a video of pouring poop down on everybody who stood together. So, we kind of get by that alone who's deserving of our love and care and who is not, and who doesn't deserve respect. So, that's my example. Good luck with that.
Good luck. Alrighty. Ascending. Oh, good. I get to do Ascending Universal Butterflies question. Nice. Let me go look for it.
Yes, your block is quick. Well, quick, swift. It's all good. I
Ascending
love it.
Universal Butterfly asks, may I have a message for my highest and greatest good? And I will use the Star Spinner Tarot. Wow.
What's the other deck I want to use? I guess it'll be the Edgar Allan Poe. And let me get my Lenormand.
You're back. Cool.
All right,
Just
so
in time.
what was the question again? I'll go back.
Basically, their most positive message for now.
Okay.
Write it again.
Well, we will spin it positive.
I had it here a minute ago. Oh.
It's okay.
A message for my highest and greatest good.
God, that's so funny.
What is?
Thank you, Mr. O. My question's already in the chat, and that's as far as I can go. I can't go up further. That's okay. I found it. It's okay. I mean, I get it. Mr. O has spoken clearly.
Reversed 6 of coins. The Lovers upright. I think this one's so pretty. There's a definite Art Nouveau feeling about these cards. And then the upright Queen of Coins.
Well, you've got some good stuff there. I mean, overall.
This one, the 6 of Coins,
Well,
has a little...
we're going to give the positive... there's
betcha.
definitely a positive conclusion to that. Okay, that's all right.
So the Fog and the Bats. All right.
I think here that, there is an opportunity coming. What is that one again?
The Lovers.
Yes, the Lovers. There's an opportunity coming for you to turn a situation around that has been maybe unfair, unequal in some way. You don't feel you're being looked at fairly or treated fairly, or that everything is evening out for you, that something is lacking. I feel like you definitely have a really good way of turning this around because you will make some smart, wise choices for yourself, and they will help turn the situation around, and you will feel whole once more. You will feel like everything is the way it should be.
It's not the Queen, it's the Page.
Either way, you will be grounded and back to where you need to be. As a matter of fact, this situation, the choices you make, will set you off in a direction that will correct this imbalance. So it's positive. It is positive. You have the power to make the decisions you need to turn an unfair, unequal situation to your advantage.
It almost feels with the Page of Coins there that this is sort of intuitive. This is sort of philosophical. This is something you've been looking into or you will be looking into. And it really is about addressing what you feel are some balance issues in your life. It may be about physical balance, like health things. And of course, you were off to the gym a while back. But it could also be about other things that are about the balance of your life in other respects. Pentacles has a strong bias towards things that make us feel secure, safe, comfortable. So a lot of this is about you figuring what you need to choose to move towards, the better balance of your life that you seek.
And so with the clouds and the birds, I would say this. What I had spoken about, because I'm still sticking with what I said, the choices that you make sure that you don't allow others to muddy the waters here. I feel here that these decisions and choices on how to turn a negative situation around need to come from you, not from others who may have their own ideas of what they think you should be doing or thinking or etc. This will only confuse you more. Go with what your heart, go with what your gut is trying to tell you instead of listening to them. Go with what you feel in your heart is the acceptable way to manage the situation.
Right. To me, when I look at the fog, the clouds, and the birds, I think this is saying as you work through this process, it's really going to be very clear to realize what was confusing you really shouldn't have, and that you can, make that better choice that's illustrated by the lovers. Thank you for understanding that. I appreciate those words.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
All right.
And Cherry Blossom is up.
Hi, Cherry. You have all your ducks in a row. That's right. I like that. Thank you.
Okay, I can. Oh, there we go.
Find it, or you want me to?
Well, I keep moving. It looks like it's moving for me. All right, I can't get further. No, I can't get to it.
Can I have a journal reading?
Okay.
Alrighty.
Ah, you're very welcome, Angel.
You're welcome, Universal Butterfly.
And
Thank
you
you.
are welcome too, ascending you.
And you too, Angel. You're all
All
welcome.
right, so what was that question again?
General.
Okay. We are ready to go. Okay. Grabbing two cards at a time. Ooh, you have the sun upright. That's nice and cheery.
Especially in the Edgar Allan Poe tarot.
And you have the King of Swords upright. And yet, you have the Ace of Wands reversed. All right, that's okay. I think it all will even out, depending on what he
Our
has.
dog has returned again,
Okay.
and the coffin.
Oh,
So it's a general reading.
yes. Well, with this general reading, I think it is going somewhere. I'm just not sure where. I think that's something that you are hoping to get off the ground. I'm looking at the Ace of Wands there, of course, is either delayed or is not going to come through for you the way you had hoped, regardless of the sun being here, I feel. And why is that? Because I feel like maybe there is something better for you. I don't know why I wanted to start with the Ace of Wands first, but I almost feel like That's the thing that's going to happen. Something is not going to work out for you. Whether it was starting a relationship with somebody you would hope to start, or whether it's a business work related situation, I feel like there's something better that is going to come in your life that will make you, make you feel good, that will bring you joy, that will bring you happiness, whether this is in your personal life or whether this is in your career. And I'm going to hold off on the King of Swords for a minute, but it
Okay,
fits in
good.
there.
Well, the sun itself can often talk about relationships. It could talk about relationships that might involve children or the joy of children. So I sort of feel like maybe this is suggesting that a relationship of some sort that you thought was going to happen may not, but that doesn't mean that maybe some other relationship isn't in the offing too. I don't see anything that's exactly positive of that, but I just feel that the sun is too positive a sign. So it could be saying that maybe it is that relationship and that it just has to suffer through a delay of some sort.
So are
Maybe,
you thinking the King of Swords is the guy?
maybe, but it
Okay.
feels like if it's not the guy, regardless, there seems to be maybe there's a weight around this person that they have to decide that they want to choose a relationship. And so maybe they're the one that hasn't quite decided yet.
Well,
I hate to give them that power.
yeah, I mean, I can't rule out what he said there because I think this could be relationship oriented or business oriented. I think it could go either way. But I would say
Yeah.
about the King of Swords to me is that, it's saying that you will have, I feel here, that you need to look at the situation strategically, whatever it is. If something didn't get off the ground for you and there's something better in store for you, don't keep trying to push something that didn't work out. Make the wise choice of waiting for new opportunities to present themselves. I like to think that, nature abhors a vacuum, and when one thing fails, sometimes that opens the door for another thing to come along here. And I feel like something better for you is coming, and you should make the choice of not trying to, there's this expression of beating a dead horse here, which is a real bad way of saying just don't keep trying something that's not going to work. Wait for a new opportunity to present itself because it's bound to be better for you.
Right. Whether this is about a possible relationship or something that's maybe more career business related, I think that Lenormand is saying kind of what I thought about the sun and the ace there, that maybe what you thought was going to work out, something you kind of thought was the obvious choice, loyalty being a proxy for that, may not actually work out, and that there may actually be something else that will happen. I just sort of feel that way, that maybe the first thing you thought would work out doesn't, but something else does.
So your dedication or loyalty to whatever this is needs to end. It needs to come to an end.
Mm.
Uh, and also, so this could be a person, or this could be whatever you're trying to make happen that is not happening here. So I think, and because this could also indicate a friend or a person, as well as being loyal, because friends, we consider friends loyal and trustworthy and all of that stuff. So that's why this also symbolizes that as well as an actual person. So it could be the end of a relationship or a friendship that has failed and you need to move away from, or it could be just a situation. But one way or another, let it go, make the decision to let it go so that you can move on, wait for something new that will come your way. That's what I
Yep.
see.
All right.
Good luck with that. Well,
We're
we
now on
made it to
Christine.
our last four readings.
And we're now on Christine. And question, what does Spirit want me to know? Thanks in advance.
All right. Thank you for that.
And
Your
that's
deck.
mine again, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to use the Midnight
You're
Boulevard.
welcome, Cherry.
You're welcome. Okay, so that's going to be your reading.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There it is. I thought so. What does Spirit wanted to know? Why did that fall there? Oh, that's that. That's right. Okay, that's not important.
What does Spirit want me to know?
Hello, Christine. Thanks for hanging with us. Yes.
It's the Nine of Pentacles, and it's
Nine of
upright. I'm
Okay.
looking at it because at first I said, "Oh, that's death." No, it's not death, but it
Good.
is a big
Nine
spider
of
in a web.
Pentacles upright.
Okay, so Spirit may want you to know that something is coming that may bring a question about your physical comfort, perhaps. The traditional meaning of the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who is comfortable in their home. The metaphor or allusion to a spider in its web looking at its hapless victims is a little off-putting to me, but maybe it is suggesting that not everything is a given, that sometimes when you tap the edge of the web, it vibrates, and either the spider retreats into its hole or it comes out to see what it should do. So maybe that's a metaphor saying that what Spirit wants you to know is to be prepared for something that may rattle your cage a little bit, shake your web a little bit.
It's funny, when I was shuffling the Lenormand, for some reason, a card popped into my head, and of course, it showed up. So I'll get to that later, but that was kind of funny. I always marvel when that happens. At any rate, the Nine of Pentacles is here, and I think that this is saying Spirit wants you to know that, you've come a long way. You are really in a good place right now. Everything, you should enjoy where you have brought yourself up to this point in time. Sure, maybe you don't have everything you want, but you have attained a certain level, maybe in some area of your life that you've been questioning about, that maybe you should think differently about, that it's actually everything is really where it needs to be right now. So why is this important?
Well, it is the Emperor reversed.
Well, because maybe you feel sometimes that you don't have the control over the situation that you would like. Maybe you feel that you don't deserve where you're at right now, or you can't look at it as being in a good place because you feel like there's still something more you need to be doing.
Well, earlier I made the illusion that, as a spider web, something could shake the web and then you're either in a confront it or hide from it situation. The Why this is important, maybe the Emperor reverse is suggesting that you be cautious here, and you make sure that if there are other people who have some overlap with the first situation, your overall comfort, your home life, that they maybe have advice, but you should listen to it with an awareness that you have to decide how valid that advice actually is in terms of that. It may be good, but it's something you need to really consider the veracity, I guess.
Well, 'tis the season to see spiders in around. I've got two in my bathroom right now.
I'll never
So,
step foot in there.
honestly, oh, you're not scared of spiders, you told me recently.
I lied.
I know.
So where is this going?
Wait a minute. Did I say much about that card?
You said something.
Did I? Yes, I did. But I wanted to add something. I just wanted to say that maybe this is also saying that you shouldn't try to push things too hard right now, because you should really take stock of where you're at, that things might be better than you think right now.
Okay, and this next card is a Pentacle too, and with the Emperor's energy, I'm wondering if this is about more about your home life or things that are very personal about
Could be
you.
about study, because
Yeah, it
I
could
know
be.
you're doing this
It's
study
the
stuff.
reversed Six of Pentacles.
Ah. Like I said, you feel like something where things are heading is you're just feeling this lack of balance. Like there's something you need to feel like everything is just right. Kind of reminds me of Goldilocks and the Three Bears here, you know? Is this one just right? You're trying to find that just right position here. And maybe you're pushing too hard to try to achieve that. Because the Nine of Pentacles seems to indicate, at any rate, that things are better than you think. However, you're not feeling that.
Well, with the Six of Pentacles there, where this leads to, I'm wondering if it's leading to a situation where you may feel or actually have to share more or receive less than what you thought you were going to get. And so I could see where that maybe applies to, some of your extracurricular activities, but I still want to think if it's more about your home or the environment around you on some level too, that you might just have to make changes, or that changes are coming that, involve you having to share something or give up something. And that may make you feel, once again, like, you don't have the control you want there. And it may be uncomfortable. Maybe the first card still says, though, that to some degree, things are better than you might think. But still, it is concerning in a way. What do you got?
Well, Lady Pumpkinhead is here, and that would be you. Now, when I was shuffling the cards, the house card popped into my head, and that was before he laid out the Nine of Pentacles. And I'm like, Psh, of course. So then I pull the house card, the haunted house card. So
Is this about spiders in the house? I
you
don't know.
can't make this up sometimes. And I think here, basically, this is saying that you really are in a comfortable place right now. Regardless of how you may be feeling about this, you may just want to take a step back and enjoy what you have so far before you try to push the envelope further. And this may be in some area of your life specifically. If it's not about the home, it could be about, work, career, it could be about education. Don't try to push things beyond your comfort zone right now, because things are going pretty well.
I'm drawn, I like that, and I can't disagree with that, but I'm drawn to the idea that maybe the Emperor reverse represents that there may be advice coming to you from somebody you normally would trust, and maybe it's not intentionally bad advice, but it may be this advice that just sort of gives you different feelings about the trust you feel in your situation. Maybe this card makes you feel like this one isn't totally true for you, that you've been given a reason to not trust something, and you have to examine that. Maybe there's nothing there, or maybe there's only just a little bit there.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with
I
that.
hope that helps.
Interesting.
It was kind of a different reading in a
Well,
way.
I don't know why I did that and why that came up the way it did, but it was pretty interesting. I say if it's meant to be, it's
Good
meant
luck,
to be.
Christine.
Good luck with that, Christine. All right, we are on
Empress.
Empress.
Hey, Empress.
Now, you would think I'd be able to get back to that reading, so let me see. They posted a question.
May I ask her feelings of my person towards me, please?
My person's feelings towards me. Okay, I did see it. I'm going to use my unfinished business tarot.
Yeah, it. I mean, it doesn't, in some ways, it doesn't sound exactly like your situation, what we know of it in a way. I mean, it doesn't sound like scary or really far removed from it, but it does seem to be a question of sorts.
What situation? Oh,
What we just told them.
oh, okay. I, okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to know more when you know more.
Well, good luck with that. I think it was maybe just a feeling you need to push yourself harder when maybe you don't.
That could be too. So I could see where that goes to a few things. All right.
Okay, so this is about somebody's feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have justice upright. Hmm. We have the Four of Swords reversed. How interesting.
Excuse me.
We're going to have a field day with this one. And then we have Temperance reversed. You see what I mean there?
Yeah. Do you want these?
Yeah.
The cross
What?
and the crossroads.
Oh boy.
Well,
Okay. Justice is kind of a balanced situation here. And I don't, and the ironic thing is this is showing balance, a balance, fairness, evenness. This is showing unevenness. This is showing imbalance. This is possibly even showing maybe something more internal going on, emotional imbalance. And so it's a real tough call here. And then you got this card in the middle that's talking about all this energy to burn and where to put it and maybe fast movement. I think here Justice Upright is saying that right now there's kind of a neutral sense of feeling going on. I feel like it's almost like neutral, like everything being equal and stable right now. What they're feeling about you, well, there may be some good feelings, but there also may be some that aren't. There just seems to be a balanced look at things right now. It's almost as if, but because justice is upright, I feel they're very interested in maybe, possibly finding out more about you. And that's all I can say about that
well,
card.
justice represents fairness too, in a sense. And so I
Yes,
think this
I did
person
say that.
thinks fairly of you,
Yes.
thinks, that you are balanced or that things about your situation as they are currently seem to be fair or on the up and up. It may be that the Four Swords says that this person feels like they might want to step up their game in a certain way, or that if they haven't been looking or being perceived as totally moving towards you, they want to change that. They want to look more like they are becoming more active.
Well, they're definitely becoming more active because the Four of Swords is here, but I don't know if that's towards you or not because the way these cards are going. I think here, maybe right now, they do want something new in their life, and it's a good opportunity to advance this if you haven't been in a relationship
You say it's true.
already. So, the thing is, I feel here that they may be wondering if they should put more energy into this situation. But right now, they might be experiencing some emotional ups and downs. And whether this is related to you or whether this is related to something else going on in their life that's affecting them right now, I can't say for certain. It's often hard, when we're reading, it's easier for me to read what's going on in the person's mind we're reading for than somebody we're not reading for. So I get, I wiggle a little bit here and why, they're feeling emotionally unstable. Are they concerned about moving this forward? That are they worried that, you know, that about putting their energy in this, or Or is it something else in their life that's causing them a little bit of imbalance right now so that they're not really putting their energy there at the moment?
I don't know about the cause, what she's saying there, but what you just said, Empress, maybe makes me feel like they are experiencing something needy too within themselves, and that maybe they question whether or not, you could help them. And of course, that's how it manifests, like they are seeking attention. So I think that maybe they are seeking attention because they feel you would understand their neediness. And of course, it may be an emotional pitch to them, too. Like maybe they are. I don't want to say too needy, but maybe there is an aspect of that.
So it cleared to me this may be about somebody you're either thinking of having a relationship with or you've been in a relationship with. That's what it sounds like. And I think here there could be two things that are going on here. If they have been giving you more attention, it could be because maybe they feel a little bit of remorse and grief over decisions that they've made in the past. Are they possibly rethinking things here? And maybe they are feeling a little bit emotionally unbalanced because of that. I can't rule that out.
And the decisions in the past, that goes with justice
It
then.
could go with justice, like they want to right things again in some way. Whether that means they're going to restart a relationship or not is not clear, but they're putting their energy into trying to balance things once more because something is, they feel, is either lacking or out of balance. They're feeling emotionally turbulent right
He
now.
had a past toxic relationship,
Ah,
which that could actually be
okay.
that cross in a way too, maybe.
It could be their sorrow, so maybe they're looking for a turning point right now. I mean, I think that's possible here, because they're at the crossroads. They haven't passed through the crossroads
So, of
yet.
course, there's always the danger that, they could be rebounding, and you have to set some clear parameters for
Yeah,
where you're going in a relationship. It would, you know this, it would probably be healthier to start off slow with more of a friendship kind of thing.
exactly. I like what Mr. Rose said there because you want to make sure that, history between you is not going to repeat itself, right? If they've been ignoring you and not paying attention to you, hey,
Sometimes I think that people that are on the rebound, they have some codependencies. And so then they're sort of extending them to this rebound person too. You're not going to do that to me because it happened to me before. And I'm not saying that's what your person is, but I can see that with some relationships where they sort of, it's the codependency, they're so needy, so hopefully that's not exactly the same here.
the final statement I was going to make there is that you just don't let them step over, don't let them think that they could be the same. You deserve respect and you deserve to be treated well. So just make sure that that they understand that. It's like what he said. I was going to meme off what he said about boundaries here and just make sure everything is flowing well because you are not here to be somebody's rebound. You are here to be somebody's new start in life and a better choice for them and direction. Not here for them to just get over their grief. Okay? So keep that in mind. And you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good. Thank
Okay,
you.
good luck with that.
Good luck, Empress. Good to see you.
And we've made it to Marita, our last two readings.
Hi, Marita. I don't know if you're still here. Wow, what a long day it's been.
Yes, it has. But somehow I've managed the energy. I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm
Feeling pretty
okay.
good.
I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. Do you see any progress in my career, like new job or stability coming in the next year?
Okay.
Already. What
Deck.
deck shall I use? Let's see.
What deck indeed?
I'm going to use my Ibis
Hmm.
Egyptian Tarot.
Righty. And let
I
me post that. Why did I
sure
not?
brought enough decks to use
I
today.
did. Okay. I did. I've switched some out, kept some in.
I like this one because even though there's a lot of, plainer looking pips, The color scheme is bright enough to where it gives me something really nice to work with. Progress in your career, new job, stability, etc. Those kind of things. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
See what we can get there. Right.
Oh, good.
Ace of Wands, upright. I don't know about you, but I think that's nice.
Pretty
I
good.
hope it is. The reversed moon. They call it twilight, but it's clearly the moon card, which is probably not bad. And then let's see. 3 is the Empress, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, it's not the Empress. It's Temperance. Temperance is reversed. Okay.
Okay. The Mountain Gate and the stars. Well, I'm just going to start right from the beginning, Marita, because it looks like a new beginning might be coming. Something new, some thing that could be more growthful for you, something that will excite you more, maybe bring a little bit passion back into your everyday work world. It looks positive, it looks growthful, but it's just a beginning, and you have to decide. What was that?
He was looking out there, and I thought, what is he looking at? Sorry.
Okay. You have to decide if it's worth your while. As I'm looking at some of these other cards here, what's that card?
It's the moon reversed.
Yes, the moon reversed here is indicating look at this carefully. I think this opportunity will be revealed to you probably, maybe. I'm not going to be that generous and say by month's end, but maybe between now and mid November. I think something could be coming your way. And you just gotta, it'll be clear that you're gonna want to take a good look at this opportunity and determine if it's right for you. Because the Empress card reversed is indicating to me
No, that's not Empress. That's Temperance reversed.
Temperance reversed. That's okay. Either way, I think I can change that a little bit to say you've got to make sure this is going to fit you,
Yeah.
that this is the perfect fit for you, that it's going to fit in with your life and whatever else you may have going on there. For example, if it's a second job, do the hours fit? Can you do both at once? Is it going to wear you down too much? Is it going to make you stressful and out of control? Or whatever the case may be, just make sure it's a perfect fit for you.
Okay, I have to totally agree with Banshee on some of this here.
Okay.
That Ace of Wands does say a new opportunity is coming. So it could be a new job, or it could just be some situation that really would increase what's going on in your enterprise, career, business kind of areas. And the moon reverse does say something will be revealed to you. You will see this and you will understand, or you will come to understand. What I think you're going to come to understand is what Temperance reverse brings, which is that there are probably some imbalances here that still look good in a certain way. Like, for example, just an example, maybe the pay will be good, but maybe the hours or some other responsibilities or things going on will suck. Or maybe the opposite, something else will not be as good, but something else will be. That's what I think that is. So I think you would be challenged to realize that there are some real differences, but they're not insurmountable, but they are just something to be of concern with. And so I think that parlays through to the Lenormand, but I'll let Banshee pick it up.
Did I post Namira up? It's really, it's Marita, right?
Yeah.
Namira, you will be next. I'm sorry, I don't know how I posted that. I usually try to get ahead and cut and paste, but I don't usually.
Right. You'll be right after this one, Namira.
Yeah, this is Marita's reading. So I would say this, Marita, that I believe here that you may face some challenges with this job, and you're going to have to iron out if this will really, or this opportunity, if it will really work for you. But remain optimistic. If you remain optimistic, there's probably no problem here navigating the struggles and challenges that you may face. You will climb that mountain. You might be up for this challenge, is what I'm thinking here, despite this. It may take a little bit out of you at first, but I think that ultimately the stars being with the mountain here indicates that you would be able to overcome any challenges you initially face.
I agree with that because I think that that's really what I also got in a way from Temperance Reverse, the idea that you will realize this opportunity has mixed blessings of sorts. Some things are a lot better than maybe what you thought. Some things are not as good as what you thought, but you will realize you can mitigate through that and eventually, continue building from that. So I'm not sure of the time zone. Maybe mid-November sounds about right. I
Yeah, either
definitely
between now and mid November, I think.
I definitely hope it works out for you and you'll let us know that.
So keep your eyes open. Go for any opportunity that you feel is really drawing you. Just go and try for it because I think something might happen here. So I wish you
Good luck.
luck with that.
Good luck, Marita.
And we're on Namira, our last reading.
Yay.
Yay, he says. See, I'm really thrilled that everybody showed up in droves today, and I want to thank
I know that's
everybody.
very well.
Having too
Thank
many
you.
people, that's a good problem to have. All right, did we get a question or are you posting
My
it now?
question, I had put boundaries. Oh, yeah, I remember reading this on my
Okay.
eldest son because of
Oh,
his
yeah.
disrespect and always twisting the truth. I said it in a loving way and factual, but he said farewell to me and I feel hurt. Will he get more emotionally mature? It's so hurtful, but I'm standing my ground because mediation didn't help. He walked away.
Oh,
So the basic question sounds like you're wondering if, this situation with your son will improve.
yeah. I'm going to use the dark wood.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Well, don't we know it? Not necessarily from children.
No, not from our children, but we have seen some stuff. Yeah.
And,
Thinking of one of our former people who came here quite often who lost contact with a family member, and it was very hurtful.
well, people have to be honest partners in that work. And sometimes people say they are, but they really aren't. And then, that may lead you on and may cause results you didn't anticipate. You're welcome, Marita. I hope that was helpful. I
I
like the
hope it
reading.
works out for you. Good luck with that. Good grief. Okay. Well, we have the Queen of Cups upright.
One moment. There we are. Hold on. Queen of Cups is upright.
The Fool is upright.
The Fool is upright.
The Eight of Swords is reversed.
The Garden and the Woman.
Mm.
who is probably you, Nimura.
I'm not sure.
All right.
This is really an interesting reading. I'm not sure it's everything you're going to want to hear here. Uh, I know we have positive cards in this reading, so it's the question, would they ever get back together? Is that it?
More or less. I mean, Nimura says she can't see her grandchildren anymore.
This is a tough one. And I feel here I feel here a couple of things. Number one, I think this card is indicating you've done everything you could to try to, get them to be reasonable, to see reason. You've given your heart, you've loved this son of yours, and you've done everything right. No blame to yourself here. I believe this card is you. I really do. I feel that some of the rest of this reading is regarding your son. And I feel here he wants to he's taken this choice, this risk of cutting ties with you because he just wants to see where his life will take him from here. And the page of what is that?
The Eight of
The
Swords.
Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords reversed indicates to me he wants to feel liberated and free from ties from you for some reason. And it is not anything personal, but I'm wondering if somebody else isn't involved in this. Does he have somebody in his life who could be making him want to break these ties? It could be a relationship with a woman, or, for example, I mean, is this a son from a divorced relationship? Is there another parent involved who maybe is remarried and that person's wife has a role in this? I'm just extrapolating here a little bit that somebody else may be involved in this situation and causing some gossip or other things to go on that's made him want to make this choice or decision.
The Queen of Cups is you. It represents
His
balance,
wife.
emotional,
Got it.
love, content. Okay.
Okay.
The Fool, I like what you said. Maybe says that he wants to. Isn't it always that way though? It's always like the in-law child, that interferes with the parents' relationship with their child. And because I almost look at that Eight of Swords saying like he wants to be free, but that's an illusion. The Eight of Swords often says he's deluding himself or he thinks he's not free, but he doesn't understand that there aren't those necessarily things holding him to you. You have let him go in love, and he ought to realize that.
Well, I think here that, maybe you haven't let go. You would like him to stay. And I feel that there's a lot of love in your heart for your son. There's definitely a lot of love in your heart there. But he has chosen to risk his relationship with you to feel more liberated, and maybe to be more involved with this other woman, his wife. Maybe if you two aren't getting along, this might have caused some frictions that he wants to separate himself from. And I'm not assigning blame to either of you here. It's just clearly there's something, and it's involving somebody else that's really making him want to move on, move forward. And maybe even he's thinking of, I don't know how close you are as far as distance goes, but maybe his plans eventually are to move further away. I think that's possible here too, and explore new things, new people, new relationships, maybe to even get more involved with his wife's family.
Well, to me, when I look at the Lenormand there, the woman and the garden, I almost wonder if the woman is you, maybe taking some of this to the public setting that it is most comfortable or appropriate for, trying to have this discussed or this dialogue take place in a larger setting that is appropriate, whether that's a family console of some sort or with other relatives who maybe have the ability to intercede on some level. Failing that, you may have to chart a course of trying to stay in connection and showing where your heart values are with him, even though there may be little chance of an actual reconciliation. But if you truly love them, that may be your only course, is just to show that, you will always love them. You will always love the grandchildren that you're now being kept from seeing.
It's very unfortunate, that has to happen. And so sometimes you do have to let go with love. Somewhere along the life journey, they may realize, that
There's a
what
sibling and an aunt that he is also cutting out of the life too.
at any rate, he may realize somewhere later in his life that he made a mistake in breaking this connection and this tie. Sometimes people have to go their own way for a time to determine, right from wrong here. And so letting them go with love is best. If there's any way you can keep in touch with the grandchildren still in some way, try to pursue that. But there's only so much you can do when somebody makes that decision. And I really feel for you because I see the love in your heart there because you are definitely that Queen of Cups.
Maybe your other son and your sister that you mentioned might be represented in this garden idea. Maybe the dialogue with them would just be helpful to you. It may not be something that is going to change the situation with the son, but at least it gives you a sense of reaching out or being reached out to by other people who are also in this situation.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
I wish I had something better to tell you, but this is kind of the way I see things headed. He's moving in a new direction and he's taking a risk doing this. He's risking a lot. He's risking his family ties with you, and also he's risking the effect this is or this is having on his children. But it's his choice to make, unfortunately, and I sympathize with you on that. Good luck with that.
You're welcome, Namira.
All right, let's move on. We're done.
Right, we're done.
Well, I just want to say thanks to everybody. It's been an interesting day of readings and a little bit of bickering in between. What would our shows be without that? Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it. He's here to protect us from the cat.
Sure.
Anyway, take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day and evening, and we hope to see you all again real soon. Bye bye for now.
We love you all. Thank you very much.